Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of our beautiful isolated city here in City Skylines. But today we are continuing the rapid expansions. We recently set up our very own solar plant, garbage area, water, waste transfer facility, all the things, basically a utility section within our isolated city, which means I can finally get rid of the old bits and bobs and we have a proper localized area for the utilities, which is really great. Today I want to look at the cargo airport too, because that has been springing some problems on us quite recently and it's been slightly a bit annoying, and I get to check out our big great nature reserve and how much money we have been generating from this, which is also again quite exciting. So we'll go on to the airport in just a moment. I've already done a few little tweaks to kind of improve it, but there's still a lot more that I got to do. Our whole utility section's going pretty swiggity swag right now. It is doing pretty well. Not too much traffic with the garbage. I think it runs pretty smooth. I like it. Which now we've got this all set up for the water. The original water one, which I was waiting for it to drain, can now be deleted. So if I just quickly pause this, get rid of all this. Actually, no, I won't pause it. I just don't know if any of the power transfers over. We're going to get rid of all the roads. There we go, goodbye. These are pedestrian roads as well. And we are going to, well, we'll keep this road in. We'll keep this road in right now. And what we'll do for this one, it's like a normal industrial road, isn't it? We're just going to make it be the same level as the floor. Oh, no, it's not an industrial road, sorry. It's a rural style road. There we go. And then we're just going to bring all the land back to the same height. And we've finally got this area back. What was I thinking building this in the first place? I don't know. Honestly, guys, I do not know. Don't question me, okay? Don't question me. But get all this back right now. Glorious, glorious, glorious. There we go. So we can just pretty much extend this area next to us, which this all happens to be kind of offices. So it just gives us more space to kind of extend and expand the city rather than just have a random water treatment plant just here. Oh my goodness me. But yes, it's nice to have the area back so we at least get to build with it. So that's pretty cool. So how is this tourist island now doing? We've had to, well, we recently kind of increased the amount of boats that sail around. Oh, look at the amount of money it's making. 5,800. That's really good. That's really good. Now, are we still slacking on the amount of boats coming in and out? Do I need to add more anywhere else? Let me check my boat lines, because I feel like there's going to be something slacking. Because we also extended some of the lines as well and built one. Where did we build it right now? I kind of forgot where we built it. Did we build another one? Hold on, am I talking gibbet? Oh, no, we did. We built one over here, which is a great transition over there. Because eventually when I start building this area up, we're going to utilize that pretty well. I didn't build one over here for some reason. I don't quite know why I didn't. Interesting. But anyway, the boats. So, going off by the line names. So, my most recent one, let me get rid of this, by the way. My recent one, which is the line 7 here, if I kind of view this, this seems to have adequate enough boats for us, which is perfect. Line 6, which is just over here, this has, again, adequate boats for it. Line 5, that could probably do with one more. So we'll squeeze one more boat into this, and that should be perfectly fine. So then we're on to line 4, which I could probably maybe get rid of a boat. No, we'll keep it like that because the additional lines might kind of push us over the edge slightly. Over here, again, I think that's enough boats for... What line was this? That was line 3, wasn't it? Line 2. Again, enough boats for that. And then finally line 1. I think we're okay for boats. It was just that one little tweak we had to do with that one line. And I think we're good to go. We'll have to come back with it eventually as we build more population up, because there's going to be more stress and demand on it. But this little nature reserve island's actually pretty good. I'm impressed with how that turned out. Right, anyway, this airport. It's been a pain in my backside for quite some time. Now, what I've done, the small tweak that I did do, was this used to go this way round. I've kind of flipped it so they come straight down there to go up. I added a little diagonal there, so if these guys come in this way, diagonal and switch onto this one, which I don't think it's working out as well as I would hope. But I mean, the big problem is, right, there is a vast amount of planes coming in. Now, I can't add, if I added more stands, it will just bring even more planes, and that is just going to be a nightmare. But the other problem is, right, as soon as they come off the runway, there's limited space in which they can travel to a stand. So they get there quicker than the plane at the currently stand wants to depart. So I might push the runway back slightly. I don't think I need to place in 2 runways, because that's not the issue. But push it back a bit so I can have a bit more space to reconfigure the taxiways. Now, before I do that, I do want to try something. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create these little kind of lanes coming straight out. So they haven't got to go completely around. They can just exit straight away, which is quicker and allows the next planes to come straight in. And I'm going to do the same to this one. Now, I know I've got this is pumping in the wrong direction. I get that. But I'm just going to flip them real quick. So these can kind of come down and cut in. So if this plane here wants to go there, he has to wait for these planes to move, thus now creating a quicker shortcut route. It's pretty much what I'm getting set up right now. But then again, everything is all kind of backlogged anyway. So this really isn't going to change much. What's going on with this plane here? There seems to be a plane here that just doesn't want to move. Right, get rid of you. We should see some movement now. But I do think I'm going to have to reposition the runway to give us a little bit more space to create a better system for the taxiways. That is what I'm assuming right there. So that plane has to back up slightly. So now we've kind of created some movement. We're getting some planes all rocking and rolling again. That can reverse straight out and go in that direction. So stuff is slowly happening. Where are you going? You're trying to get to this over here. Okay. I might kill off that plane. Just for the sake of getting some more movement on the go. These planes come down. This plane goes out. That plane's on a move right now. But yeah, you see the big issues, right? You see the big issues of the fact that these guys on this side stop these guys from exiting. I mean, you could then maybe suggest an additional runway and have a separate one for both sides, but that's really pushing boundaries, isn't it? That really is. Now, I'm not saying that these are going to change it. We're going to be all good to go. No more stresses, no more problems. Ooh, what if I did here? Hold on, guys. If I bring that over to there, but obviously then flip it round to then delete this one. So they come in this way instead. The reason these guys won't go straight out that way, which means I wouldn't need this crisscross there. Right, just, okay, I'm trying something different right now. So what happens now is they come in here, and if you want to get over there, you obviously take this one to go straight down. But I'm hoping it frees up this junction to allow these planes that are waiting to leave out, which have to go in this way, because otherwise they've got to go around the long way. Gives them the freedom to pump themselves out. That could work. It also could not, and it could also then backlog a planes onto the runway itself. But let's just see what happens. Let's have a little fast forward anyway. Let's just see what happens, because this could be an interesting fix. Well, not a fix, but this could be an interesting tweak that I'm making. Yeah. We'll see. But like I said, we need more space, because planes are now backing themselves up on the runway. Right, we'll come back to that in just a moment, see what is going down with it, because I have a feeling that I'm going to have to kind of slightly adjust some stuff. So where do we have issues then? Apparently these guys over here are screaming out for some troubles right now, not enough raw materials. Is that down to the fact that we're not getting the imports and exports in as quick? I mean, don't lie. You have unlimited planes coming in right now. Don't even lie to me. Damn fool. Don't even lie to me right now. This is actually working a lot better, but there is sheer backlog coming in for planes. So again, we'll see how this goes. But ultimately, we do need more space. Right, so if they're screaming out for more resources, now it's more of the natural resources kind of thing, isn't it? Like raw materials production, building processing, industries, how many nearby storage building? Nearby storage building, that's a good one as well. So, I mean, I don't know if we can kind of see any of our storage buildings, but if I went for one there, Now, this is for... It's a tough one because it doesn't really say what type of resource it would require or want. Now, the only industry that I have is oil and fishing. I don't have any ore, which we do have. We should have a need for ore at some point. And I don't have any farming either. Those would all be great additions. So that building complaining... Right, now, if I highlight over this, having nearby storage building for raw material can help ensure there is always some available. The problem is for raw material, right, you don't really know what that is or what it means because you don't really know what they want in that kind of aspect. I mean, you could view the building and say, okay, it's a high-tech gadget, but then, again, you don't really know what it means or wants. But what I could do is I could have, like, zoned goods nearby. So I could have, like... oil products over here. Now this is mainly kind of zoned industry stuff. I still don't know if this is the right way to kind of do it just yet. I could have let's go forestry products. I mean, I don't know how well that's going to play out or whether that is the right way to kind of do it, because again, like I said, they don't give you much indication. Having nearby storage buildings for raw material. It's like, yeah, okay. So what's the raw material in question? Because they produce commercial goods. You know what I mean? They pump it out, but like, what does that mean other than that? We'll see. It'll be a little bit of an experiment. Right. Yeah. We need to think about sorting this out then, don't we? So we might have to discombobulate the whole airport to build a new, well, not a new one, but to kind of configure it. So I'm so sorry, airport. I'm turning you off. There you go. You are now closed. And we're now going to have to delete a lot of this stuff. Say goodbye to these fences. Wow, it's actually kind of difficult to delete a fence. That's a lot more difficult than I was expecting. Delete the runway. Goodbye, runway. And... we'll delete all the taxiways as well, and we'll reposition some brand new ones. That is what we'll do. Alright, hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista. So, oh, we'll just get rid of this one as well. There we go. So all the taxiways are now gone. Oh, a little bit of an issue there. All them taxiways are now gone. So let's try and redo the runway then. So I'm going to push it back, but I don't know whether it's worth to have two. So these guys haven't got to go this way to get out of here. But then again, where would I put it? I mean, I could stagger the runways, which is, again, not a problem. But then staggering them, it's a case of how big have I got to make them? Like, if I had an 80 for a runway, do you reckon, is that too short of a runway? Because then it's got to come out of, for example, well, it would go in here. And it will come out there. So if I do it there, just kind of flip that real quick. Right, and if I had it set up where it was just for here, so I just want to experiment with this first. So that would be the natural going all the way straight up kind of style-y. That would kind of come down. And then we'll have a connection for each entry point there. And then this would obviously go in that direction to connect up to there. Flipping you around like that. Now that would be the basic way to have one runway just for those free stands. But then the issue again is that too many, or not too many, is it enough free stands? Because if I have so many planes landing, all they've got to do is go down here to kind of wait. So then what if I flipped it round where that was the entry to come in? I might, yeah, oh, that might be a good idea. Now, you can't flip a runway round, can you, like that? Not really. So if I then go, I actually don't know what the best way to do this would be. So if I went by an 80 there, A little bit too close for comfort on that there. Right, I've got to delete these. Is that really an 80 in that direction? Right, I'm going to go from here. I don't know. That feels now slightly weird. Alright, if I go from here. Alright, that's an 80. Right. And obviously that is the turning point coming out. We'll have to delete all this now. To just reposition it all. So again, this is going to be like another experiment to see if it would work or not. Now, bringing that out from there. So all this now needs to be flipped, right? So instead, they'll come from here, which gives them this run to kind of wait on. Could go straight ahead if they wanted to. I don't know if they would or not, but gives them the option. And these going straight out, so they haven't got to wait to go down. If this dude wants to pull out, you can reverse all the way out and then go. So that's just for that bit there. Now, granted, I kind of then need to build a second runway, but is that, I mean, this is so overlooked. This is the difference, right? Because we're an isolated island, you know, the emphasis on using cargo for airports is a lot heightened than like a normal city that you'll build, because we don't really have any outside connections. The only outside connection we've got is ships, which is why we're overwhelmed with ships. And planes, again, which is why we're overwhelmed with planes. Because normally when you build a normal city, you'll have a rail connection or a vehicle connection via road, which takes the heat off stuff like this. But because we don't have the trains or the vehicle connections, it heightens the need for the ships and the planes. So you have to kind of build the airport different to how you would normally build it. It has different demands and needs at this point. So that's kind of what we got to think of. Now, let me delete this road, because we're now going to go slightly past this, aren't we? But the problem is now how do I get this in? So I could delete this fence, because I feel like we're going to have to go slightly past this. Okay. And then the actual... So, thinking about this logically, if I brought it in this way... I need the longer version, so I kind of also need it to be staggered. Now, if I went alongside here... Oh, hang on, this is this is outside the airport area. Right, get ready for some more flattening. If the area wasn't flat enough, it's now extra flat. Right, so I want to try something right now. So if I went to here and did an 80... Right, we have to go a bit further back. Now, I'm fully aware that I now need to make the taxiway even longer on this one side, because they've got to go up this way and then down. Oh, that's a longer route. Let me flip that round. Because you want the shorter route is the exit, and then the longer route to get to the runway is the entry, so they can, you know, basically form an orderly queue. So for this one, we're flipping it round. Now what's interesting is I'm not going to be able to get it all perfect. So if I go down to an 80 that way. Is that dangerous? Quite possibly. Quite possibly to have it so freaking close. But if I went like here and then did the... No, okay, let me go back a bit. It's a lot harder to get in than you kind of think. So if I just kind of... Oh, snap. I just realised I got to go back even further. Because of the taxiways. So if I push this back to here on this anyway, because I just want to get the alignment for the runway. So if I started So that area is almost central. So if I started there instead and then did the 80 here, push it down a bit further, so delete you. So when they land, they turn off here, and then this becomes the longer route in which they take. Oh, but the problem is the entry here. Ah. Haha. So where I started, round about there, I gotta push it back by maybe a 15. I didn't think of these issues, did I? An 80. Is that too far pushing it back? I may have gone too far back there. Oh, what a noob. Right, where's the thing for that? Right, this shall work. So we got a little bit more of a bigger space there, just for the sake of safety, even though safety doesn't really matter, let's be honest. Let's truly be honest. Ooh, I could also make it kind of cut through there, but again, it wouldn't work. So what I'm then saying is, bringing it up to here, there, and then straight in, is how we exit, but I feel like I could bring it up by a tad bit more to do the exit instead. I mean, you can also go diagonal, which is not a problem. So shortest route to get out, longest route to come in. So then, if I stick this out, what are we sticking this out by here anyway? It's a 12. So I kind of want to have a little bit of symmetry, even though, let's be honest, it doesn't really matter. Stick this out by 12, bam, and then just flip around what I need. So these are now the shorter ones to come in, rather than waiting to go all the way around. Alright, flip you, just make sure we get it all in perfect. And if I just work backwards and I'll flip it around myself. I could also go like on a slight diagonal here, which could be fun. So I went like that, but then diagonaled here. Okay, that is quite fun. So it diagonals itself going around. Coming down so they can... If there's a plane here waiting, this one here can bypass, go that way. It's a longer route there for the planes to wait. And then they can easily exit. Same for this one. Longer variation for them to wait. And then easy exits. Now, it's annoying that I have to do it like this, but then again, like I said before, I have different needs and demands for this type of airport because I'm limited on other types of connections. So, I feel like this might be the way to go forward. It's quite a fun variation of it. I've just now got to sort out everything else around it. So, I've got to sort out all of the edge in here. I've got to place in all the new fences and perimeter roads. So again, not a problem. Not a problem. So going across there. So we get to there, which is a 70. So if I kick back by a 60, I can then utilize this road to beautifully 10 by 10 bend to connect in. Which this road now is going to hit us on the old diagonals. So bringing this down to here where this road will then kind of slightly bend. I'm not saying that I want to kind of bend with it, but we'll kind of take it to here and then to there, and then build the rest of my fence going around. So it'll be a while before this is fully fledged, working in perfect order again. But this seems to be okay on this side. Multiple planes now landing. Oh no, sorry, one was taken off, one was landing. I mean, this has got the shorter run compared to this one, so you might see this one backlogged more than usual. But once this one kicks in, you might see less planes landing there. So you'll, I think, initially get a lot more planes on this runway, because this is all up and running before this one was built. So yeah. But the main thing is, I'm not blocking the planes leaving the airport. That is the most important thing, and that's what was happening on the last airport that I built. So, the airport fence, then I need to get in, and where is the fence? Where's the fence? Here we go. So, pushing this all the way up. Oh, okay, so now we got a nice little bend on the go. So if I went to... Actually, let me push it back by 2. And... Oh, how am I going to do this? Well, I'll try the connection tool. See what they suggest. Okay, they're not much help. They're not much help, are they, really? I mean, it's awkward because you can't actually get the actual running for it. So I could do a little bit of magic in terms of bending it myself. So there's the node. And I can do a nice hot and heavy bend there. So I bend that like that. Push this over to here. Okay, that will work. That will work. So, now we're starting to get planes landing over on this side, which is great, glorious. And we're getting planes landing on the right side too. And it's a little bit more functional, which I like it, but again, you got to give it time right now to settle. That's the big issue. Also, there's a bit of sand there as well. I've just noticed that. So, yeah, like I said, they're initially going to use this runway more because that was built before this one. So all the planes redirected their routes to this one. But hopefully, once a plane leaves, the next plane enters. Off its skadoodles. Yeah. And hopefully, as time goes on, it will, you know, half of these planes will go over to here eventually when they come back. So, time will tell, guys, if that was the correct idea. Only time will tell. Yeah. Right, is this nature reserve still doing big numbers? Yes. It's doing very good. Very, very, very good. And we actually have some nice demands as well. So, oh, hold on. Did this industry area? No. Okay, so that was not really working out as well as I would hope it to be. It could be the wrong type of stuff that I'm throwing in here. Let me know in the comment section then. What are they actually asking for if I put a warehouse down? If you guys can let me know in the comment section, and then we'll kind of fix it for next episode. Because it's quite an interesting one. Now we got the planes back in. Hopefully these ships won't be utilized as much. Now the only thing is, I'm hoping, because this is longer, are they seeing this runway as the shorter one to get the goods to us? Because that might be another issue. Tis might be another issue. I hope not. I hope it's not going to be another issue. But like I said, this was here before that one, so I suppose you just got to give it some natural time. Okay, so I've got a little bit of demand anyway. I wanted to go where the original water treatment plant was and place down a few more offices. Now, I know it's kind of counterintuitive, the fact that the other place is screaming out for not enough resources and all that kind of jazz. But I'm going to get this in real quick. Let me just upgrade this road. Yeah, there we go. It brings my zoning back into play. Alright, does that run straight to there? Oh, it does. More connections. Alright, we'll go from this side first. Now this is an interesting one because I can't obviously go all the way up to there. So what if I attempted a 10 by 10 bend? Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Okay, that's worked out pretty well. So piping, it's all piped up. Great stuff. And so the initial entry roads here and here and here. I might as well do this one as well. We'll do with the offices. I might as well all do it offices, to be honest with you. Quite a heavy industrialized area, to be honest. It is quite a heavily industrialized area. And then we're going to do it like a row of residential, which I think will be pretty sweet. Let's kind of back us all up there, provide some workers. So we've got the water. And then we'll do a nice little dump. Nice little dump of commercial just there. Squeeze that in. And we'll do the same just here. A little bit of commercial to provide some shoppers. There's also a bus stop right there as well. Just to provide some shopping to give them some walkability to go from like point A to point B. And then we'll finish all this area with more commercial too. So just spending that little slight little demand just to kind of edge in some more growth. Aha! Now we're starting to see the airport come together utilizing both sides of the runway. Now I don't mind if I have the same issue again. If it all backs up, I don't mind. The big difference is this time I'm not blocking any planes from exiting the airport. So what that will do as over time goes, I might have huge backlogs, but at least they can exit once they're all done and dusted. There's only so much I can do if I've got huge demands. There's only so much I can do. So yeah. It is kind of cool to see, but oh, there's double planes here. Have we got an issue? I'm hoping we haven't got another issue with double planes. Okay. Okay. But I think we're going to get away with it. But it's a cool issue to have anyway. It is a cool... It's just interesting because, you know, because you don't have the road or train, it just heightens what connections you do have. I don't have the same problem with the passenger planes. Oh my goodness me. Right, this area is slowly growing. These guys complain about the goods as well. But I think, forgetting all the other issues as well, we've got our oil industry. I think we do need to build an oil industry and have some type of farming in as well. I don't know where we would place farming in. I do not know. Or could either go, oh, actually, or could be over here now the fishing, and then we do some farming around here, which would be pretty cool. But I've got these long stretches of road here that I kind of need to utilize too. Now, I know we've got some heavily pedestrianized areas, which are pretty cool, and you see lots of people walking about. I got to connect the dots in reality. I've got to connect these dots, but problems for future episodes. But it's working out. Planes are leaving, more importantly. Planes are leaving. So, it does say that we got 72 flights active, which I think is ridiculous. I really do think it's ridiculous that they, you know, I wish you could set how many we have. But there's not really a fat lot you can do about it. But there you go. Do I need more cargo airports? Probably. But this is a small island. I can't justify spending the money to have a secondary airport. I could do more shipping ports. I could do some more shipping ports. Dotted around to kind of spread the flow of it. And take the heat off. That could be something that could work out pretty well. But we're going to end it for here anyway, guys. I hope you did enjoy this episode. We're going to rock and roll next episode then with a farming industry and ore industry. Just let me know in the comment section what you prefer for me to build first. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. So...